Thank you for joining us on our last episode of the year. It's been a fun time, and QU Jams has been a great addition to Q30 television. I'm your host, Jake Friedberg, and I'm joined with the very talented singer and songwriter, John Shepard. John, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you for having me.
So, to get things started, you wear a lot of different hats when it comes to music. You play with the band from time to time, you do solo work, and you're also writing a score for a music documentary that you are creating.
That's right.
And this is called On the Scene, and it's about the New Jersey music life in where you're from. And something else that you did, just to take a quick note, is you also help record other bands. You sing on other bands' albums. You just are working on Bobby Mahoney and the Seventh Son upcoming album. They talked a little bit about that. They said you're a great guy to work with.
Sweet of them.
Yeah, right.
Had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said everything went off really well. So by wearing all these hats, do you ever feel that you get a little too consumed in all of your projects, or your creativity runs out?
No, I think that's really one of the perks of wearing the hats.
Mm-hmm.
I get kind of burned out on one project. Like right now, I just finished recording my new solo record, which is called Nocturnes.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't feel like writing or recording more of my canonical solo music right now, but I'm going into the summertime and I can get back together with my band.
Right.
And like you mentioned, I'm working on a documentary called On the Scene, which is about our music scene in my town.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, On the Scene is a kind of a drama documentary, a docudrama about the alternative music scene that my friends and I kind of helped to create over the last few years in our town in Central Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And my very talented friend Elijah Reese is directing and co-writing that with me. And I'm also doing the score on it, which is a very different kind of, obviously instrumental only and more dynamic and toneful type of music, and it gives me a different outlet. So
Right.
I don't feel burned out at all.
Yeah, just kind of, if you feel a little bit of a writer's block, you put one to the side and pick up another project and come back to that. So in doing all of this solo band work and your score, do you have a favorite of what you've done? Do you like to work by yourself more as opposed to working in camaraderie with other band members?
It's definitely the most exciting to play in a full band and to have a bunch of other people that you work off of, and to have not just the feedback of other people and the collaborative components, but also to hear the results when it sounds much bigger and there are multiple instruments going on and everything, and you can kind of investigate different rhythms and melodies and things at the same time. That's always exciting, the most exciting. But results, I think, are usually what I want when I work by myself, because I feel the most comfortable in that atmosphere, and I've written quite a bit of solo music that I'm very proud of. So I guess it's a two-answer question.
So when you make your music for the score of this movie, do you try and gear it more towards what you want to do creatively, or more of what you think would sound better with the movie?
Well, definitely a bit of both, but the first thought is, we have scenes and sequences and things that we want to create a certain atmosphere for, and the notes and rhythms and sequences that I come up with for this, for these pieces, for that instrumental stuff, is always first with an eye at what might sound good with that, with those scenes.
Yeah, right. So the first song you're going to play for us is called "The Road You Led Me Down."
Yeah.
Sounds dark. Tell us a little bit about the songwriting process, or just the song in general.
The Road You Led Me Down is the lead-off single, not single, pardon me, the lead-off song.
The title track, maybe?
And, no, not the title track. The lead-off song for my last album, Notes from Underground. And it's a little bizarre, definitely dark, as you say, but I wouldn't let the title lead you down the wrong road, so to speak. It's, like most of my stuff, it's about kind of more personal,
yeah, well, we can let the
social
music
critiques.
talk
You
for itself.
Let it talk for itself,
Yeah.
and
Let's hear it.
Yeah. All right.
So whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Well, I'll cancel your subscriptions, delay those travel plans. She's descending on your hometown, spreading fairy dust around. She'll ravish your ambition and
Baby, she'll suffocate your pain. She's been coming to absorb you. She's been coming back again. How must I sustain the unforgiving rain while residing and dying on the road you led me down? I'll erase the call he left you. He's just a shill, a capital gain. I'm coming to canonize you on the road you led me down. How can I sustain the business that pertains while I'm choking on the fumes of the road you led me down? How can I explain the unforgiving rain while residing and dying on the road you led me down? I picked you up in town in a sound with the windows down. We drove halfway to the Keys when the roof caved in. Now it feels like so many years since New Year's '99. I traveled light years just to leave you far behind. And how can I explain the unforgiving rain while residing and dying on the road you led me down? And how can I sustain the business that pertains? 'Cause I'm choking on the fumes of the road you led me down. On the road you led me down. On the road you led me down.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for more John Shepherd.
We are your source for entertainment news.
Thanks for staying with us, and now for some more John Shepherd. So, John, I know that you reside in New Jersey, but you were born in California.
That's right.
And those are two pretty heavy powerhouses for musicians coming out of them. You have Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Bands coming out of New Jersey, and you have Red Hot Chili Peppers and Queens of the Stone Age, all these great rock bands who have come out of Los Angeles. Would you say that one state as opposed to the other has influenced you more?
Yes. There's a certain tone to the West and to Los Angeles and California and the way people are that's a little more not restrained, but a little more relaxed and mellow. And I don't necessarily think of myself as that kind of guy, but it is there in the back of my head somewhere. And the East has always been a little abrasive to me and hustle bustle that I'm not comfortable with. But as far as that relates to the music, I'm not a big Springsteen fan, really, which is, I'm not
Can you
welcome.
work with John Alva?
I'm not, right, I'm not welcome in our scene, really. I'm a real traitor to those guys.
Have you spent more time in Los Angeles?
I spent 7 years there, so
Yeah.
I was actually still pretty young when I left, and I've spent 6 now in Jersey, intervening time around different places. And everything influences you differently, and I'm definitely a product of all those things. But you can definitely hear the difference in my tunes between me and other people from Jersey and the East, because it's, so to speak, a collaborative effort between the West and the East and everything.
So when you were in Los Angeles, you didn't even play music at the time, right? Because
I-
you've been playing guitar, I know, for 5 years. I don't know how long you've been singing.
Yeah, no, I've been singing for a long time, since I was 3, 4 years old. Seriously.
Oh,
even.
wow.
But
Hard work pays off.
that it does. But the songwriting is actually very early, because I started writing tunes when I was 7, 8 years old. Like, I would have a melody in my head and just kind of hum it before I had any words, which is still how I write. And at the time, my dad, who's an incredible guitar player, would kind of transpose them into pieces for me. So I've had some of my music now for 13, 14 years.
So would you consider yourself more of a singer or a guitar or a singer-songwriter?
Definitely a singer-songwriter. Writing is my strong suit, I think. I'm happy to have a voice that I can use to channel what I'm thinking.
And then in your voice, I'm definitely hearing some Eddie Vedder and some Chris Cornell and all those amazing rock stars. Do you think, or did you kind of tailor your voice to sound like some influences of yours, or did it kind of just come up naturally this way?
Definitely, I wouldn't say tailored necessarily, because I don't try to mimic anybody, but I definitely willfully let them influence where it went. Because there was a time when I'd really tried to emulate Cornell's voice, and to use as practice, really, because the guy hits ungodly notes, high and low.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and using that, I'm not anywhere near the type of singer Cornell is, but using that really did expand my range and change the tonal inflection that I'm able to give certain parts. And there's something very soulful about it, too. So that's nice. And the same goes for Eddie Vedder.
Right. So the next song you're going to play for us is called Corners.
That's right.
Could you tell us a little bit about this song?
Yes. Corners is a whimsical song with a very dark tone again. Most of Notes from Underground, my last album, and my new one, Nocturnes, are pretty dark. I do write mostly dark music, and I apologize. A lot of minor chords. Corners lyrically is about, this is actually the second song of mine called Corners, but I kind of ditched the first one because I didn't like it anymore.
Okay.
The Corners is about the way you feel when you look back on something you regret, in this case a relationship. And lyrically I really tried to forego any cliches when I described that. So it's a bit jilted, but still cool, I think.
Okay, so let's hear it.
You know I never learned to pray, so tell me what I should or shouldn't say. Do I kneel or do I pray? Gotta find you, 'cause I've hidden all your corners. I'm just panicked by the light, and I'll round your bed by orders, under cover of the night. And I don't believe you've gone. You know I miss the pain you bring. You're like a branding iron on my skin. I feel you deep within. Gotta have you, 'cause I've hidden all your corners. I'm just panicked by the light, and I'll round your bed by orders, under cover of the night. And I don't believe you've gone. So get it over now and let the truth be told, 'cause I am busy working overtime to borrow back my sin. You know I never learned to pray. So tell me what I should or shouldn't say. Do I kneel or do I pay for you? Gotta find you, 'cause I've hidden all your corners. I'm just panicked by the light, and I'll round to bed by orders under cover of the night. And I don't believe you've gone. You've gone. So get it over now and let the truth be told, 'cause I am warming to your torture as your kisses growing cold. So get it over now and let the games begin, 'cause I am busy working overtime to borrow back my sin. To borrow back my sin.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned to hear another song by John.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
Laser Medica Derma Centers is a new philosophy in skincare for all ages. We are dedicated to offering the most technologically advanced and least invasive skincare treatments. Show your Q card and receive 20% off any procedure. We also provide microdermabrasion and Botox treatments, all performed in a relaxing spa environment. We are conveniently located at 52 Washington Avenue in North Haven, just down the street from Quinnipiac's North Haven campus. Call to schedule a free consultation and find out how Laser Medica can give you smooth, sexy skin all year long.
And now we're back with John. So, going back to all the different hats that you wear, something else that you've been up to, you're starting to write novels, and there's two in particular that I heard about, and one of them is a fantasy drama, or fantasy fiction, and the other is a drama. Tell us about everything.
Well, the fantasy fiction is a really kind of long-term project that I'm just going to kind of put a couple days work into every once in a while, and it's really not. It's very together. It's a long, 5-6 book kind of thing.
And it's called, what's it called again?
It doesn't have a title yet, but it's very exactly what you'd expect from modern fantasy fiction, but not magic and not anything like that. Just strong writing, hopefully.
Right.
The more interesting one, I think, is the straight drama that I'm writing now, which is called Pico, which is named after Pico Boulevard in Los Angeles, and it's about a guy who wakes up at 28, 29 years old and realizes that he's in his 17 or 18-year-old body living back in his parents' house, and that the 10 years he's just experienced no longer exist. And in lieu of admitting this and being labeled crazy and going nowhere for the rest of his life, he decides that he just wants to relive those 10 years and improve himself. And he goes through that again and learns a few lessons. So
why did you decide to start writing novels?
Well, I've been working on fiction and nonfiction for a long time because I'm as well as a musician, a writer by trade. And it was just about time that I start doing more long work. So I came up with a couple novel ideas and been working on them pretty consistently for about 6 months now. So
Another one of those channels to shoot your creativity in.
yeah, my strong suit is words as much as I don't want to admit it. So
it helps your lyrics in the songs too.
It
and
does.
The songs help writing in the books.
Yes, it's all cyclical.
Everything plays off each other.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, is there any date on when Pico's supposed to be released?
Pico should be around in January or February of next year. But this is my first novel publication, so we'll see about that.
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a long
It's a
one.
lot of hours and a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
So the last song you're going to play for us is called Stowaways.
Yeah.
So briefly tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, Stowaways lyrically isn't about anything. But the tone...
Whatever we want it to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, just to hear the words and make them whatever you like. I found some words that I liked and put them into this melody, and here we are. But the song is supposed to be about the feeling you get when everything you know in the back of your head everything is not going well, but you kind of distract yourself and this is where you are and you say
Kinda
things are
just
okay anyway.
shunning your conscious.
Yeah, and Stowaways is also, the title does reflect the feeling that I want to impress upon listeners, which is in the life you've got some stragglers kind of hanging on to your coattails every once in a while, and you can choose to kick them off if you don't like them anymore.
Okay. Let it rip.
And the memories fade with the figures standing on the platform as the train pulls out. And the music plays forever, lingering like a prayer. Can you hear it now? There's a fire, it's dying in the woods without a witness. And the fire is swallowed by the moon they might remember. And there's a baby crying in his room without a reason, 'cause he's looking at the forest through the window frosted over. Yeah, have you seen them? Yeah, they don't know. Stowaways can't hide, they've gone away. And I know them, yeah, I've never seen. Leaving is all I got to do now. There's a ship of ghosts with several hundred stowaways between them. Under moonlight, they're lying side by side, the flame between them. Yeah, have you seen them? Yeah, they don't know. Stowaways can't hide, they've gone away. And I know them, yeah, but I've never seen all I got inside. Can't help me say, can't help me say. So I'm on my way. On and on and on and on they go. They remember me like a stranger, yeah. And there's a fire dying in the woods without a witness. And there's a baby crying in his room without a reason, 'cause they're looking at the forest through the window frosted over. Yeah, have you seen them? Yeah, they don't know. Stowaways can't hide, they've gone away. And I know them, yeah, but I've never seen all I got inside. Can't help me say, have you seen them? Yeah, they don't know. Stowaways can't hide, they've gone away. But I know them, yeah, I've never seen all I got inside. Can't help me say, can't help me say. Oh, yeah.
Once again, John Shepard, thank you so much. That was awesome. So really quickly, for everybody who's watching, would you like to tell, or please tell everybody about any future plans you've got coming up? You mentioned an
Sure.
EP that's coming out, but maybe any summer tour scheduling
Sure,
or
yeah.
performances?
I'm releasing a new EP called Nocturnes on June 16th, and I'm very excited about that. The first single is called For the Light. It's available on YouTube right now. And I'm releasing the On the Scene score right before the documentary should come out, sometime at the end of this summer. I'm also planning on doing a few dates with my band Social Harvest, and hopefully some solo stuff as well. So very busy summer.
Wonderful.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, as are we. So, once again, this is the final episode of QU Jams, and you can watch all of the previous episodes on Q30television.com. It's been great being your host for QU Jams, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the future episodes that will be coming up next year.